Hey, what's up YouTube? Team Kage's here, and we've got Antonio here with his Geargia deck profile. He recently topped a couple locals with the deck, and he's here to just give us the ins and outs on the deck.
Yep, so I took this deck to locals just over the weekend. It went undefeated. I like it a lot. It's really consistent. People don't expect it. They don't know what half the cards do anymore. It's not like it was a few years ago where it topped everything. So I really like the deck. I've always loved it. And also just want to announce that we just came back to the Yu-Gi-Oh scene not too long ago, probably about a year ago. We dropped off a few years ago, and now we just got back in the scene. We have a lot more time, a lot more money on our hands, so we can afford some of these cards. So expect a lot more content coming from us.
Okay, so with the deck.
All right, so the way I ran it was like more of like a controlled build, but also can explode, which I think it's really consistent. So I ran 3 Yugioh armor. Self-explanatory. I'm not going to explain what most of these cards do. You guys can look that up if you want to. 3 Geargia accelerator. You need 3 of these. I only run 2 Geargia arsenal. It's not really a 100% Geargia pure build or anything. I don't run the car carry engine either. It's just not consistent. You don't want to draw into any of the tuners. Alright, so this is where my build's going to get a little bit different. You'll notice I only run 2 Geargiano Mark IIs and 1 Geargiano. A lot of people, most people will run 3 of these and 1 of these, or some sort of variance of 4 of these cards. But the thing is, that makes the deck really inconsistent. You don't want to draw these. And I do run 3 gear, which is basically the only reason why I'm running this deck this format. So I am able to go into 2 of these monsters, even if I draw into 1 of them with a gear. And the thing is, if I do want to draw a second gear, it isn't dead because I go into, what's it called, Daigusto Emerald, pretty much almost every single game, and it helps me out so much. I'll send these guys back, get pluses, and then explode again. It's really helpful. Okay, so here I also run the Clown Engine. It complements the deck amazingly. I can't express that enough. The way I built this deck was built pretty heavily around the graveyard, being able to spam summon rank 4s, and that's just really helpful this format. I mean, it's not the greatest against like the big ships and Cosmos or anything like that, but it's still, I have my ways to get around them. 3 Hat Trickers, just being able to special summon from the hand again, it's just amazing, and 1 Trick Clown. 1 Trick Clown is plenty. You really don't want to draw into it in this kind of deck. You don't want to waste your normal summons on something like that. Also run 1 Mathematician. Works really well with sending my clowns, and also I run 1 Glow Up Bulb. Glow Up Bulb helps a lot. With all these monsters being Earth, I use Glow Up Bulb and go into Neteria Beast, which helps a lot this format with Pendulum monsters being such a huge thing. And then Mathematician helps combo off a lot of things. With Glow Up Bulb, like I said, the clowns, he helps me go off. Damage Juggler. Damage Juggler is a huge thing this format too. I was able to stop a lot of farm girls attacking me directly. It just helped a lot. People attack me for game, they don't expect it coming. Not in a Geargia deck at least. I also run 3 Maxi. The deck doesn't have too much draw power, so it helps a lot. Against Cosmo, it helps a lot. Any deck that runs Instant Fusion kills them. Like, it helps, it's pluses for days. Now onto the spells. Those are the monsters. I run triple Instant Fusion. I love this card at 3. I wouldn't cut it for anything. It's just amazing. It's a 1 card rank 4. You have to run it. Then I have 2 MSTs. They help. I mean, I chained it to a lot of things to try to stop me. Phoenix Chain, break their pendulum scales for whatever I need. They help a lot. And if I really need to go off, I'll use it on like something blind if I have to, something at the end phase maybe. Because I really want Gear to go off, and it's important that I'm able to. Vandy's Emptiness is a huge thing too. That stops this deck. 1 Foolish Burial, same reason for the Mathematician. I like to combo off my graveyard. Raigeki, of course, and Soul Charge. Works very well in this deck as well. Alright, now off to the traps. Again, like I said, triple gear. You have to run it at 3. If you run it at 2 or 1, you're not going to see it. That's it. Of course, staples. You got Solemn Warning, Bottomless, Torrential, Vanities. It's kind of a trap-heavy deck, I'd say. It helps you a lot. You really want to keep Gear Gigant on the field. You want to be able to plus off his effect as much as possible. You want to be able to plus off of Daigusto Emerald more than once if you can. So more traps the better. I also wanted to run 2 Storming Mirror Force, but to be honest, I ordered a second one and it hasn't came in the mail. So I went into the tournament with 1 and 1. I did have to side this out a couple times against like Cosmo because I felt that it wasn't necessary, and it did help out. This helped out a lot, and this actually did come in handy a couple times as well, so I can't say it was worthless. And lastly, 2 Phoenix Chain. I mean, I like to Phoenix Chain over Breakthrough in this deck particularly. They both have their ups and downs. I just like to be able to stop effects and protect my monsters from attacks if I need to. Alright, so I guess we'll go into the extra deck first. I guess 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, I side 2 Cyber Dragons, so that comes in handy. It really helped against Cosmo the other day. 2 Northern for the 3 instant fusion. If I ever do need to go into 3, which I have before a few times, Daigou Thermal helps out a lot with that too. 2 Gear Gigants. You don't need more than 2. You'll never need more than 2. And then 101 Castell. I just run basically all the good rank 4s in the game. Daigusto, this is the MVP, honestly, best card in the deck. Crab King helps me go for game, push for huge damage. When I'm in time, he helps a lot too. I can either sit on him or attack. Same thing goes for Gaga Cowboy, help me win a game. Tribute Magician, I never went into this weekend. I have gotten into him a few times before, helps me go for game as well. But not too often. You can only use them with the clowns, but it still comes in handy. Rhapsody and Berserk. It's a really good card, this format, I'd say, especially for this deck. There aren't too many outs to the Cosmo monsters. You want to be able to attack over them, and he helps you do that by attaching to one of your Xyz monsters. He also helps a lot versus like Infernoids or any deck that relies on the graveyard. He'll just banish anything you need. Abyss Dweller. I don't go into this guy too often, but he does help a lot. He comes in handy. And then 2 Synchros. Trishula, for the glow-up bulb. I don't need too many Synchros. I got Trishula, the most important Synchro in the game. Well, one of the most powerful at least. And then Nichiri Beast. Nichiri Beast does help a lot, like I mentioned before. And Trish is just so explosive, you can't not run it. With a rank 4 deck and glow-up bulb, it makes it really easy to go into Trish. Alright, and I guess I'll just show my extra deck as well. I mean, my side deck. So yeah, 2 Cyber Dragons, Cosmo, mirror match. I'll never see a mirror match. Yeah, I like having one on one of these guys. Looks hot. 2 Flying Sea. This came in handy during Teller. It helped a lot. Also helps against BA and whatnot. 2 Retaliating Sea. There's any Infernoids I might face or whatever. Shadow aren't a thing anymore, so these aren't as lethal, I'd say. But they're still pretty good. Excuse you. 1 Vanity's Fiend. I ran it at 1. I had 1 spot in my side deck. I thought about putting Chimera Tech in there so I can put another rank 4 in my extra deck. But I actually liked the idea of Vanity's Fiend, and it did come in handy a couple times. I sided it a few times. Just because I don't normal summon too much in this deck, I'm able to special summon and just tribute off into Vanity's Fiend, and they're not. Most of my opponents aren't able to do anything after that. 1 Chivalry. Most people don't side this card. I do it at 1 because it doesn't take up too much room on the side and does come in handy from time to time. Help me win against side frames and Cosmo. It really comes in handy. Double Fairy Wind against any Pepe deck or any deck really that's going to cause any problem with their back row. I sided this in against Teller and it came in handy. I'm able to chain it to their Call of the Haunteds. It's good stuff. 2 Stygian Dirge, same reason as the Flying Sea. I like to be able to stop any deck that's gonna hurt me if they go into any rank 4s. So that helps out a lot. And then lastly, 3 Imperial Iron Wall. This card is amazing. Probably the MVP of the side deck, just because it helped me beat Infernoid and Cosmo. So they were very helpful. So yeah, that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment if you did, leave a like rating. I love the feedback, so just tell me anything. If you suggest any changes, let me know. If you have any questions or want to know anything about us in general, then just ask away. If you want anything specific in terms of content, let us know. We're definitely going to get some box openings out there, a lot more deck profiles, some duel videos, so make sure to subscribe. We're going to try to keep it as entertaining as possible. So yeah, Team Kages, signing out.